Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, while we're cleaning up the Tamiya 420X, I noticed the front C-hubs were broke, and it seems to be a constant problem with the 420X, either the C-hubs or the hubs themselves. So I thought I'd try the TT-02 SRX hubs off of Wtf Racing. So these are the TATT-081BU, and they're the alloy C hubs. So I'm going to see if they fit on the 420X. They should do, and hopefully they'll make the C hubs a bit stronger. So let's bring in for a close-up look and see how we get on fitting these. So first off, let's crack open the packaging and see what we get. Now, nice to see that the way they've packaged these up, we have got them so they're not going to scratch each other. So they do arrive looking nice and shiny. So these are marked left and right, and they're 4°, but they do look very similar, if not identical, to the ones that are on. So let's start by removing the body shell. So I'm going to drop one of his wheels off. And although this does seem to drive really nice, I have noticed from quite a few guys what I've seen race, you either break the C hub or the hub on the 420X. Now I know some of them have swapped to the hubs off of some of the older TRFs, but I just want to see if we can get one of these alloy parts on instead. Now I've not managed to find any parts by Tamiya themselves, but this is the left hand one and it does look like it's going to fit. So first I'm going to take off the top link, and just be careful, we do have a shim on this. So if we carefully undo that and just move it to one side, then we remove a shim. Then we're going to have to flip it over. And let's see what we've got to remove on bottom. So we're definitely going to need our retaining pin out of here. So we need that out. We're going to need a scrub screw. And then we're going to need to remove his bottom pin, and I'm not sure if we've got a shim on the bottom of this as well, so we can now flip that back over. And we can remove his drive shaft. Now that should let us get the hub off. And we've got his little inserts. So that's the top one, that's the bottom one. So they do look like they're going to fit. It's going to be incredibly close. But while I've got this off, I'm quickly just going to get rid of any fluff what's built up. And I'm pretty sure I built this with graphite grease, so that's going to get all over. So let's first off start by getting these little top hats in. Hopefully they fit. Then we should be able to drop our drive shaft through and get our original hub back in position. Then if we get the screw from the bottom one, then you just got to carefully line this back up. And I think with these it's purely just down to the material that they're made out of, why they seem to be so brittle. So if we just gently tighten that up, and then we need to get his drive shaft back in. So it does look like the drive shaft lines up fine. And we've got a steering link, and don't forget the little shim. So we should just be able to flip this over now. We've got our tiny little grub screw. So we should be able to get that started, and we should be able to carefully get that pin back in. Just quickly check that they're on tight. So if we take this side off now, so we can see the original one, tiny bit of play. This year racing bit, I don't think there's any more play than what was in the original part, which is good to see. So let's quickly drop this out. I'll just get this one off. So I can then drop this one over. Again, we've got our top mount, and just remember you have got the tiny washer on here, tiny shim. So that's the top one, and there's bottom one out. And this is a good example of where they usually break. See, that one snapped, sort of cleaned through on the edge. So I wouldn't have necessarily noticed it while I was driving, but one more hit on that and it would have let go completely. So we don't need to remove the hex. So for this one, I'll start by putting this little grub screw in. Just a few turns just to get it to bite. So we need to get his top and bottom bushings in, and these do seem to fit slightly tighter than in the plastic part. So these racing bits are machined very close. Let's just make sure we got no fluff on it. And we just need to slide that back into place. And this is extremely awkward looking from the opposite side of the RC, but I'm trying to get as much of this on camera as I can for you, so you can see if I have any issues putting this back together. So if we get his drive shaft into position, and then don't forget our little shim, we're going to need that on. And I must admit, these racing parts are an extremely good match for the Tamiya parts. I do run the racing servo saver, and that matches really well. So I don't have any worries running the racing parts anywhere else. So if we now get his pin in place, we can drop that through. Tighten that up, and then the bottom ones don't have any shims. Well, they certainly don't on mine. So we can get that put back on. But let's pop wheels back on and see if it's changed any of its geometry. It shouldn't have. So I believe the stock ones that I were running are 4°. I must admit, I've had a lot of fun driving the TT-02s, the TA08, but the TRF420x is definitely in a different league. It is absolutely lovely to drive this thing. But yeah, we've still got no issues with travel. There's no binding, so that seems absolutely fine. And hopefully they'll be a whole lot stronger than these stock parts. I think in the whole time I've been racing this. I think I broke a couple of these. Nice to know that the TT-02 SRX hubs, C hubs and hubs should fit the 420X. So if you're looking to get any spares for your, or hop-ups indeed, for the 420X, nice to see that we have got options out there that'll fit directly. So, let's wrap this one up. So, there you have it. The Yeah Racing C hubs, part number TATT-081BU. I will leave a link below as always, but nice to know that if you want to run your TRF Tamiya, you've got options of upgraded parts and you're not going to be worried about not being able to get certain parts from Tamiya themselves. But yeah, the colour matches really nice, they look really nice, and they should give it that little bit more strength. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.